What's going on, everybody? I never thought I'd be making a video like this, man. But man, oh man, I gotta make a video about this because I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in a guy that I, as a kid, revered growing up. When I tell y'all, folks, I was a mega fan of Reggie Miller. I was a mega fan of Reggie Miller growing up. He was that shooter that you always wanted to be. Three, two, one, shoot! It's good. And you're thinking you're Reggie Miller, right? I only had one basketball jersey growing up of a team. Those jerseys are expensive, and I didn't really care about they were expensive, and I'm not gonna buy one. I'm a kid, and when I got to a certain age where I could afford to buy a jersey, the jersey that I bought was a Reggie Miller Indiana Pacers jersey. So I mean, Reggie Miller was a guy that always, I loved Reggie Miller. And then Reggie Miller got older and got stupider. And on Sunday, when Caitlin Clark was a guest doing this broadcast with the NBA on NBC Peacock stuff, and they brought her in to generate ratings, and they brought her in to talk about the useless, toxic WNBA that she would never speak negatively about, despite the fact that they spent 2 years disparaging her ass at any given opportunity. Reggie Miller says some of the dumbest shit you've ever heard in your life, and we're going to talk about it right here. And there are a lot of people who are responding. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Her Game, Her Way, Women's Basketball, where we talk facts for feelings. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Showman. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave your comments. Appreciate y'all jumping on board. If you notice on the bottom left where my name is, underneath that, I have a new Instagram handle called Her Game, Her Way, Women's Basketball. I've made this effort now to decide that I'm going to now make sure that I have an individual Instagram handle for every single podcast brand we got here. So we've got, obviously, you already know what we've got. We've got Hurricanes Unlimited, Unlimited, Hurricanes Unfiltered, the main one, Come On Now podcast, Combat Corner Fight Network, which we just launched last week and is already crushing right now. We also have Heat Unfiltered, cover the Miami Heat. I have Rudy's Rant. I don't really use that often. I haven't created the one for Yankees Unplugged yet, but that one is coming soon. Pro Football Corner, probably not going to make one for that. I don't do enough NFL content to do that. Probably just put that under the main banner. But this is going to be an additional one. Her Game, Her Way, women's basketball, because we are bringing our women's basketball coverage back starting in a couple of weeks. We've done videos here and there, but we're bringing it all back, especially with the tournament starting for NCAA. We have done videos on the NCAA. We've done a few videos here and there on this CBA stuff. But please do follow us on Her Game, Her Game, Her Way, Women's Basketball. I will be dropping shorts there that you will not find on YouTube, more than likely. Understand that. I will be dropping shorts that you will not find on YouTube. So definitely check it out. Let's jump in on the topic here because Reggie Miller said some blasphemous shit that I could not believe. And he said it to her face, which made it like, wow, bro, did you really say that? So this is what this is what Reggie Miller had to say about Caitlin Clark when comparing Caitlin Clark to an NBA player. Steph Curry, right? Yeah. I mean, that's what we've compared her to for years now. The parking lot range, the logo shooting, all this good stuff. I mean, that range for days of Caitlin Clark. That's what we've been comparing her to for forever now. The things that she does with the ball that nobody else can do in women's basketball. There's other guys in the NBA could compare her to with that. Reggie Miller on live national TV. This fool, this fool compared Caitlin Clark to Peyton Pritchard of the Boston Celtics. Peyton Pritchard. This is no slight at Peyton Pritchard. But even Peyton Pritchard would tell Reggie Miller, you goddamn lost your freaking mind. This man says some disrespectful shit that not even the players who hate Caitlin Clark in the WNBA would ever think about saying. They would not dream of it. It would not even be in the vocabulary to say some ridiculous nonsense like that. No thoughts. Would you ever hear Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collar, even the ones, the Angel Reese, even the ones who despise Caitlin Clark, would they ever say that Caitlin Clark, when I compare her to an NBA player, I'm comparing her to Peyton Pritchard? My God, this is exactly what he said. He says, the closest comparison, I like Peyton Pritchard from Boston, Miller said. The way he's able to handle the basketball, he makes big shots when the shot clock is winding down. A lot like this young lady right here, isn't afraid of the big moment, and he's a champion like she's soon to be. Did you just call Peyton Pritchard a champion as a fucking backup role player? Yeah, he might have a ring. He's a backup role player. Yes, he's starting this year for the first time because they traded Drew Holiday, because Jason Tatum is hurt. Yeah, and he's having a good season, averaging 17, 4.3, and 5.3 on 46%, 35.4. A career 10.1 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 2.9 assists. This is what you compared the greatest women's shooting guard, point guard in the history of the sport. You compared her to a backup level, occasional starter, only starting because other guys are hurt. Role player. He's a good role player. But for the love of God, Reggie, what drug were you on when you thought this crap in your mind? You compared the most box office attraction in the WNBA in women's basketball to a role player who no one would notice if he did not play. Are you kidding me? I don't have the words, but I got plenty of words for Reggie Miller. I'm waiting for this fool to apologize for his stupid comment. You don't have to like Caitlin Clark. And I thought he loved Caitlin Clark, but you don't have to like Caitlin Clark. But even her biggest detractors know that she's one of the 5 best players in the world. If you think she's the best, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. I think when she's healthy, she's the best women's basketball player in the world. But even her biggest detractors would not put her on the level of a role player in the NBA. Steph Curry, shooting, yes. Parking lot range, logo range. She shoots the ball deeper than any player in women and men's basketball, by the way, on average. And if you wanted to say Trae Young, I could live with that because he dishes the ball 10, 11, 12 assists a game. That's Caitlin's game. Dishing, get everybody involved, scoring and dishing. Steph doesn't dish all that much. He's more of a shooting guard now. But if you gave me Steph, if you gave me Trae Young, hell, give me Dame Lillard. You giving me Peyton Pritchard. Like I'm ashamed to have worn this Reggie Miller jersey. I'm befuddled by this lunacy, this disrespect. That woman has made the WNBA matter, for Christ's sakes. She's on your broadcast, and you compared her to a role player because he makes big shots. You mean when he's wide open? You mean when he's guarded by nobody? Really? I'm flabbergasted. This is some of the stuff that's come out. Aaliyah Boston drops the mic with a 2-word Caitlin Clark NBA comparison stance. God almighty. Let me start here. Candace Parker first. This is the same order. Candace Parker, in their post moves podcast with Aaliyah Boston, Parker said, I know people are quick to say Steph Curry as Clark's NBA comparison, although I do think range wise 100%. As soon as Caitlin steps in the building, she can shoot it and make it from anywhere. But Steph Curry is off the ball a lot, and Caitlin is not. So I think it's a hard comparison. I would say a three-prong comparison for Clark. I think range like Steph. I think in terms of operating at a pick and roll like Trae Young. And I think in terms of secondary and getting up fast shots like Steve Nash. And I think all of the great ones, there's not one player you compare them to. Okay, Candace compared her to a Hall of Famer, a surefire Hall of Famer in Steph Curry, and Trae Young, who could possibly be a Hall of Famer. Three elite point guards. And Reggie Miller compared her to Peyton Pritchard. Aaliyah Boston says, I mean, I feel like it's hard to compare. See, just her game is just really smooth like it really is. I don't even want to compare her to anybody. She's just C, okay? She's her. She's her. You know how they say stuff like he's him? She's her. Sophie Cunningham. I personally love Reggie. I don't think he meant any harm by it. But I do think, like, probably not the best comparison for the generational player that Caitlyn is. I don't think she took it personally. She should have. She had a look on her face. She in her face, it was like, you fucking kidding me? Okay. Now Jeff Teague had a little different type of comment, and I'm gonna play it because I just found I haven't even heard it yet. I just read it and I want to hear it live with y'all. But this is what Jeff Teague had to say. God. Oh God. And of course Jeff Teague is a little bit slow, but I mean, we all know. Shit. Fucking these guys are off the chain, man. Seriously, bro.
Like Peyton Pritchard is way better than fucking Caitlin Clark.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
Yes, we know that. That's not the conversation, dummy. Yes, B Hen. We know that Peyton Pritchard is way better at basketball than Caitlin Clark. He's a fucking NBA player. He's a man. We all know this, even though Asia Wilson says she could beat Josh Hart and give him a one-on-one. I didn't hear y'all say shit back then, or maybe you did. Maybe I didn't hear it.
I don't know if it's Women's Month or whatever the fuck, but
it's Black History Month.
Like, let's keep it real, bro.
Did you see on the broad though?
You can't compare that.
I'm just saying, Peyton Pritchard. I hope you don't feel slighted, bro, because they try to play with your name too. But on here, nah. We know the real cuz.
But now Melo kept it big. He was like, why don't you get out there and play?
Bro, beat the fuck out of her.
She said it during the game. She was like, I would get killed out there. Like she
this ain't even towards her. I'm just saying to the people that think like trying to come at Peyton Pritchard. Like
Peyton Pritchard.
He can hoop for real.
Nah, he's nasty.
He's a champion.
He averaged 50 in the motherfucking dub.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. I like this game.
He averaged 50.
Cooper Flag and JB going at it.
Bro. He'd be the greatest women's basketball player, greatest transformer to ever play in the W.
The Joanna man is crazy.
What the fuck wrong with this thing, bro?
Whatever you call him, good.
Hey.
Shit.
Yes, he would be the best women's basketball player. Yes, he would. We all know this. We all know what the comparison was about, genius. It was about the comparison of a man of the type of player to the type of player. Dummy. The worst player in the NBA is better than Caitlin Clark. We need to stop the cap. We all know this. I just thought that was amusing. But then we get this one. I already told you Candace Parker's statement. See if there's anybody else. But yeah, I gave you Aaliyah Boston. I gave you Sophie Cunningham. I gave you Candace Parker. It's sad. It's sad that you would compare her to a role player in the NBA. I don't care how good he is. He's a role player. He would be the best women's basketball player, sure. But he's a role player that we have to get out of this nonsense. It's what do y'all think, man? I don't think her biggest detractors would compare her to Peyton Pritchard. We're not comparing them as players and saying, oh, this one would beat this one in the game of one-on-one. No. I'm not dumb. We are not dumb. We all know that Caitlin Clark would get absolutely mutilated on a men's basketball court by professional NBA players if they decided they wanted to guard her. She would not get a singular shot off. Like, seriously, we know this. But we're comparing the dynamic, the skill set, the ability in comparison to what that player does in his league. Like, that's what we're comparing. And when Reggie Miller uses the comparison of a role player, would he compare Asia Wilson to Bam Adebayo? Being that she dates him. Would he make that comparison of her to Bam Adebayo? Hell no. You want to know why? Because Bam Adebayo is a goddamn high-level role player. He's a high-level role player. He might be an all-star occasionally. He might be an Olympic team, but we all know what Bam Adebayo is. Skill set for skill set. Asia Wilson's skill set in the WNBA is far greater than Bam Adebayo's skill set in the NBA. It's not even remotely close. It's not remotely close. I could give you some other ones. I mean, I don't know. Let me think of another. Draymond Green. But if they played each other one-on-one, Bam, she wouldn't get a shot off of Bam. She wouldn't get a shot off on Draymond Green. Like, we're not sitting so understand what the whole comparison is. And when you make that comparison, you just demean the fuck out of a player like that. Like, don't even make a comparison then, dude. Because you're the only person on earth that would make the comparison to Peyton Pritchard for Caitlin Clark when you're comparing her skill set to her league in comparison to his skill set to his league. It's like she's the top 5 player in the world, whether you like her or not. And I said, she's the best player in the world when she's healthy, in my opinion. But if you don't agree with that, that's fine. But you would never argue that she's not among the top 5 or top 10 players in the world in the women's basketball game. Like, come on now. And you compare her to a role player. This is what I expected more out of Reggie Miller. I'm floored. I'm floored. I'm absolutely flabbergasted by that disrespect. And you want to know why? Well, good luck getting a CBA. Because an NBA guy just compared your best player in the world to a role player in the NBA. But yeah, good luck, man. I got nothing left. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This is Her Game, Her Way, women's basketball. Come on now.